Hello, this is something a little bit different to what you normally see me do. I have been asked by a company called Flexispot to give a review of a chair, this chair that I am sitting on, in fact. You will have to excuse this next to me. Ewan has been on a reenactment weekend and his kit is not all made it back upstairs yet, so don't look at that bit. So a lot of people contact me with products that they would like me to review, and ordinarily I just ignore the emails, but I thought I would give this one a try. As I said, it's a company called Flexispot and it's a chair, and the chair is called technically the XC6, which I believe is the Lotus chair. It's a leisure chair, I suppose you could call it. It swivels, preferably not into a cabinet full of glasses. Did not think about that when I put the chair here. It also rocks. Now, I don't know that the swivelling is particularly of benefit to me, but the rocking is something that I very much enjoy. I read once that rocking or swinging was very good for stress and anxiety, and we used to have a swing seat in the garden that when I'd had a particularly stressful time with my mum who had dementia, I would go and sit on for 10 minutes and have a swing, and it did calm me down and I did feel better afterwards. So I do appreciate a rocking chair, and this one rocks very nicely. I'm going to try not to rock while I'm talking to you though, because I might make you feel a bit poorly. The features of the chair that I have, there are two types. I've got the manual version and it's a recliner. They're both recliners. The manual version has a lever down at the right hand side here. I'm not going to do it because I might get stuck. You pull the lever and it brings up the leg rest. If I show you on the picture, this is the leg rest. That's your lever, and it brings that up. When the leg rest comes up, you can then lean on the back and it will recline you. So the only bit that moves without your input, I suppose, is the leg rest. It also has on this side, probably heard that, but I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? There you go. There's a handy pocket for, in my case, probably knitting accessories and or snacks. But I suppose you could keep your TV remote in there if you weren't in need of a snack pocket. What else can I tell you about it? It comes in two big boxes, and the instructions say that it needs two people to put together. I suspect because the parts of it are quite heavy. My husband did put it together by himself though. The only tricky bit was the leg rest is on a metal bracket, and you have to just put some little screws to secure it onto the metal bracket. That was the only tricky bit, and it was just awkward. It wasn't hard. And that's really the only thing that I can say was difficult about the putting it together. I probably couldn't have put it together on my own because it is heavy. He's a lot stronger. He managed it by himself. But as I say, the instructions do say two people. However, if you are strong, you can probably manage. I think I told you there were two types and then didn't tell you what they were. There's the manual type. There is also an electric type, which I believe my friend Leslie has. And that has, as well as the pocket, a USB connection thing. So you can plug your tablet or your phone or whatever device you're using literally into your chair, which is pretty super. But I have the manual version. And yeah, it's very comfy. I don't know whether the covers come off or not. They look as if they should, but I didn't really investigate that too hard. But I think you could probably manage if you had a carpet cleaner or a steamer or something. If you needed to clean it, you could probably do that, because the fabric seems to be quite I don't want to say waterproof, that gives the wrong impression. It doesn't look like, you know, if you spilt some tea on it, it would soak straight in. I think you could probably clean it off. Not that I am going to try spilling tea on it just to prove that. So the links will all be below if you want to go and have a look for yourselves. It does come in different colours. This is the grey. They offered me grey, beige, or it's kind of a burnt orange. I'm sorry, I'm rocking again. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. If you're planning on swivelling it, don't put it next to your cabinet full of glasses. This isn't really in its proper home. It's here because this was a good place for me to film it. But yeah, the rocking is, I like the rocking. I'm going to go before I make everybody seasick. So if you want to have a proper look, as I say, the link is below. Okay, thanks guys.